Come up here so you can see.
Hey guys, I think we lost like a mile and a half.
Side to the front.
No justice!
No
No
peace!
justice!
No peace!
Alright, so we are here at the Putnam County Sheriff's Department. And I'm so, my voice is like beating. So I'm going to talk softly. Try to. We have a few speakers, and then we have the Putnam County Sheriff who's going to speak as well.
Can we go in front so you can see? Oh. Sorry.
No worries.
Look around you, y'all. Look around you. This is the moment right here. All you young people here, all of us young people leading this. This is our moment. This is our moment to speak out and say no more. No more to violence. No more to racial violence in our community. No more to racism. No more to white supremacy. No more to institutionalized racism.
No more!
We are here united for justice.
Justice!
Justice!
So we're here and we're tired, right? That's the message. We want justice. We're tired of
Injustice.
We're tired, right? We're tired of telling people to be treated like human beings. We are tired. We the people need all of us.
Justice for the law!
Yeah, you guys. So
Justice for South!
So we have our first speaker is Bao Bing, which is Sao Lu Bing's daughter. Bao, if you are here, can you come here?
Here she comes!
Hi guys, how's it going? I have my siblings here with me, so they can come up here.
Are you safe? Ask yourself.
No!
Hell no!
We're not safe! It doesn't matter if you're in the woods, it doesn't matter if you're on the streets. Are you safe?
No, we're not!
We should be.
Yeah! Lives matter.
Where are my siblings at? Yay, Summit family! Come on!
Come on, get up here.
So my name is Bao, and I'm a fellow college student like you guys. We just want to come here and speak on behalf of our family, although some of our siblings aren't here. They're at home taking care of Dad, and we're speaking here on behalf of our father, Sao Lu Bing, too. We want to acknowledge everyone who has been and will continue to be a part of this tragic journey with us. Therefore, we are grateful to have a close-knit community of students, family, supporters, who are standing here with us today to fight for social justice. We greatly value your presence your efforts, your commitment to invest your time in fighting against injustice. The repercussion of this ordeal has opened our eyes to truly see that an act of violence committed against one affects all of us as a whole. We can't imagine going through this without the continual support of many. As our father continues to slowly recover at home, he wanted to say a few words in gratitude. Thank you for being so brave and courageous. Your pure heart to love each other will empower every one of us to live together in harmony. May the next generation take lead and make change for the better, and may God bless you all. And keep in mind, He is here with us in spirit, and we can't express how blessed and fortunate we are to receive everyone's support here today.
I am Shua Bing and Salu Bing is my father. This experience has been difficult for our family. Our first priority is to make sure that our father has the medical attention he needs to recover. We fear that we might never be the same again. He is still in a lot of pain. He still has trouble sleeping, eating, walking, and doing everyday things. We are extremely thankful of the outpouring support from the various communities. We are here today to support the college students who are organizing this rally to seek justice. Our family has been disappointed that the County of Pippin has handled this case. We don't understand why it has been taking so long for the DA to announce the charges against the perpetrator of this crime. It has been frustrating trying to get information from the hospital, court documents, and police reports. For nearly a month, we have left in the dark and feel like we don't have any we have been given the runaround. We are disappointed that the DA failed to charge this perpetrator to the full extent of the law. On his previous action regarding the handling of this case. We also question the DA's bias in this case given his relationship with the family of the perpetrator. We don't believe we will get a fair trial if it's held in this county. We are in the process of hiring an attorney and we have no further comment at this time.
Sympathy for the lost hunter. Sympathy for the lost hunter.
Thank you. Thank you to the family for coming out tonight. I know that this is really hard. And we want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank you for taking your time to come out and make a statement for all of us and for the rest of the world to know about what's going on here. And so, up next we have high school students, right? Where are all the high school students at? We want to acknowledge our young people, right? Who are taking the lead in this, but also our future leaders, right? Future leaders of our community who are here with us today, and here to make a difference. And so today we have Justin Vu. He's a senior high school student from Eau Claire. He is on the varsity football team. He is the vice president of DECA. He's also part of the multicultural club at his high school. He's also planning to go to attend the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire to major in pre-med. And so, without further ado, I want to invite Justin up here to speak on behalf of our young people.
All right, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for everyone for being here. Having been born and raised in Eau Claire, I am here today as a high school youth student. I stand here today to demand for justice and equity. Some of the things as a youth I faced as microaggression and racism is, for example, football. As a high school football player, I encountered daily racism on a daily basis. On Friday nights, as I'm forced to stand on the sidelines, I watch as my teammates get to play underneath the lights, even when we put the same amount of dedication and work. Although I'm a youth, I am not just some naive child who doesn't know any better. I'm a young, educated adult who feels that not just young people, but all races should be given equity, and I want to believe in the American justice system, which is why I'm here today.
Justice!
I think of my hard-working 74-year-old grandfather, and if this was him, how I would feel. I know easily that I would feel devastated. In order for me and my family to feel safe, I need to know that the proper actions will be made and to ensure that Wisconsin cares for its young citizens. As Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that." And the same goes with hate. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. And so today I am asking for the justice system to be that light. Thank you.
Justin, thank you so much for that. That was really moving. Up next, we have two graduate students from UW-Madison, and they will be performing a spoken word piece. My name's Dear Mr. District Attorney, let me ask you a serious question. Do you support violence? Do you support racism? Hi, let us introduce ourselves. I used to believe it when my teachers told me my name is Chua Zhang. But let me tell you today, my name is Zhuo Xiong. I used to believe it when my teachers told me, your name is my name Wei. But let me tell you today, my name is my name Ba. Our education system steals from children of color, robs our cultural heritage and ethnic identity silently, viciously, violently. Cultural genocide. It makes us believe we should be John, Peter, Paul, white, male, rich, Christian, straight. In this bloody war of institutional exclusion, our bodies are racialized, classed, and gendered. Our mother tongues are cut, our throats slashed. Silence fills the room, our voices die without graves. Our hands slit our own wrists, our feet are amputated, and our bodies change. No way to move, nowhere to go. Our scalps are skinned in exchange for bounty. Our mutilated bodies hung as ornaments for display. No place to hide, no room to breathe. Dear Mr. District Attorney, let me ask you a serious question. Do you support violence? Do you support racism? Remember the 5th of November? Brutally beaten, violently dragged into the cornfield. Mr. Salu Va lies half dead. Like an object with no significance. So, how do we give him a just and second chance at life? Our ears patiently await, our hearts heavy with despair but full of hope. Where are you, Mr. District Attorney, when your people call for you? Your absence sends the message that Hmong people do not matter. Your absence tells us that when Hmong voices call for your services, you will not show. Dear Mr. District Attorney, let me ask you a serious question. Do you support violence? Do you support racism? So who really has two lives? Vong Lee, Cha Wei, Mike Brown, Eric Garner, killed twice, once by their white perpetrator and again by our justice system? Will you let this violence go on? Can we get an answer? Institutional racism is insidious and painful to our community, hurting us, killing us. Here we are with our hands up. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This racist, unjust system is choking us. Dear Mr. District Attorney, let me ask you a serious question. Do you support violence? Do you support racism? Thank you. My name is Up next we have Dang Yang, a student from UW. I'm sorry, not student, actually a faculty member at UW Eau Claire. Is Dang here? Stout. Sorry, Stout.
Thank you very much, everybody, for being here today. I really appreciate it. as an academic advisor for the Postdoc student organization and as an individual who works at the institution of UW Stout in Amity, Wisconsin. You know, I have the distinct privilege of working closely with not just high school students, but also with college students. Specifically, what I'd like to say today is, you know, these types of events are ongoing silencing. We stand here in silence often because we don't know what to say. And oftentimes when these things happen, I am thrown into silence because I have to take a step back, just like we all did, just to see, to understand, and to take it in. But it's all of our jobs to help push each other forward, help push each other to move beyond this. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you very much.
Jane, thank you for that. I think that in doing this, right, that we often talk about racism and sort of the trauma that it inflicts on our bodies. And as we move forward today, we need to remember that we have to heal ourselves and take care of ourselves. And one way to do that is to build community and unite and stand with each other in solidarity, okay? So up next we have Sheriff John Andrews. Prior to this rally, we contacted him earlier on in the week, and we sent him a list of questions that we would like for him to address in his speech. So one of the questions, okay, so 3 questions. One, knowing the injuries Mr. Vane sustained, why was Mr. Alberg released with no charges? 2, we would like to know why it took 3 days to arrest Alberg. And 3, is this, sorry, is this the way that the justice system works here in the United States? Why and why not? Without further ado, Sheriff John Andrews, please come forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to Pepin County, and welcome to Pepin County. Pepin County is a very rural place. Here is your witness. It's a very laid-back community, and we invite each one of you back. I would first like to say something about Sal Vane. And I think our thoughts and prayers have to go out to Sal Vane and his family, the healing process that he's going through, and we wish him the best. We're with him all the way. I also would like to say something about the investigation. I do not represent the district attorney's office. I haven't been a district attorney. I don't know how district attorneys operate, and I don't think anybody else here does. But with that said, I would like to say that when we responded to this incident on November 5th, we got a call for a trespass complaint. And after we got there, we found Mr. Vane, Colonel Vane, in need of help, and we got him that help. And from there, the investigation continued, and as part of that investigation, there was an arrest made. The arrest was made on Saturday night. I think it was on the 8th, 7th or 8th, and it was on a Saturday night following the occurrence of this crime. When we make an arrest, it's because we feel that there's a probability that a crime has been committed and that individual committed the crime. And making the arrest, I understand sometimes...
You just want to kind of mug it. Or...
I'm not a true public speaker, so maybe that's why it's muffled.
You guys hear better with this? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, much better.
Anyway, the arrest is made, and the arrest is part of an investigation. And it has to be decided at what time that arrest can be made and still get as much information as you can from those that you want to interview or talk to about the crime itself. It's a process. Everything is a process. And everything has to be in line with what the expectations of the court, the expectations of the district attorney, and others that are involved. And when things go into a courtroom, I'm sure that some of you understand that everything is looked at to make sure we protect the innocent. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And I can understand some of your concerns. I can understand, the timelines of when things are done throughout the court system. But we know that a case such as what we have here, that it will be a long process. There will be a lot of different things going on in the courtroom. I was really relieved when I talked to a couple of people that are probably here. I haven't met you personally, but when they said that they were concerned about victims, because we're all concerned about victims, and we got to pray and for those victims every day. There's all kinds of victims of crime, victims of violence. In Putnam County, we do not have a lot of violence. We do not have a lot of victims of violence, but we do have victims. There's sexual assault victims. There's a lot of victims from women who have been violated. And the list goes on and on. But Putnam County is not a violent place. It's not a place where a lot of violence takes place. You know, in an incident like we have here, it left a mark on Putnam County. But it does not identify us. It's not who we are. And I want you to know that.
Thank you.
I don't know what more I can say, how I can help you, in taking care of your fears. I don't want you to feel fearful about being in Putnam County. It's not a place to let your fears linger. We're a peaceful people, and we want to continue to be a peaceful people. And so, with that, I would just like to say I'm very sorry for what happened to one of your people, and we will be with them in our thoughts and our prayers. Thank you very much.
To sort of the racial demographics of Putnam County, more than 90% of the population is white, and so we know that without a lot of exposure comes a lot of ignorance, and ignorance, good or bad. But this influences the way that people do their work, the way that they perceive others, especially others who are different from them. And in that context, how does race-based preferences permeate Putnam County Sheriff's Department? And in the future, how would this be addressed?
Well, I don't feel that this, as far as we're concerned, when we do an investigation, we don't look at your skin color or who you are or what you are or how rich you are, your wealth, your status. That isn't something that's considered in any investigation. It shouldn't be. The old lady is blind. It's equal. Everybody's equal. We're all Americans, and we've got to live like Americans. I'm not saying that this is true in all cases across the country, but I do know, yes, we're all white. We're mostly white here in Putnam County, if you want to call us white. There's probably some Indians. I got a little Indian in me. There's probably some Polish people. We make fun of one another. We make fun of our heritage or one another's heritage. I grew up in an area in this county where there was a lot of Norwegians and Swedes. The jokes go back and forth. But no, we're not racist. This is not a racist community by nobody's standard. And we'll never be treating people any different than we would want to be treated ourselves.
Amen.
Boo!
Yes.
Be safe in the woods.
Is it allowed for questioning? No, there's a program. They have a program. Okay.
I just want to say that white supremacy is real and it's alive and is here today.
Press on.
Just want to recognize that we are on Ho Chunk land, which is, I think that's something that we need to acknowledge and talk about. And as indigenous people who have been displaced, resettled, and are continuing to assimilate but also go through oppression, we have to recognize that, as indigenous people that even though we are people without a land, that we're here, that this land that we're on, that we're so privileged to be on, there were people before us that were here. And so, with that said, we want to invite Tracy Littlejohn from Ho Chunk Nation.
Good afternoon. We are at the northwest edge of what was once Ho Chunk territory and also where the Dakota people lived a long time ago. While we were marching, someone drove by and they had a no trespassing sign in the window of their truck pointing at it.
Yep.
I know a little bit about trespassing.
Right on, sister.
I, until recently, worked for the Hmong Cultural Community Agency in La Crosse. And I have to say, I can't tell you how proud I was to find out that the students in La Crosse area and throughout the state came together to say, no more hate.
No
Come
more!
Together for not just an elder, but for a warrior. Ho Chunk people put our warriors at the highest degree of respect. And to know that someone who fought to make sure American white soldiers made it home, that is a deplorable thing to happen. Before I came up here, I went and I poured tobacco. That's the way we do things. I poured tobacco and I sent prayers up to the Creator, asking to watch over all of us and to thank Him for the guidance that was provided to all of the students. This has been an amazing turnout. 4 days. I heard it on the radio on the way up here. I saw the news reports. I saw everything. That you definitely have to give yourself some credit. This has been great. I know we are all angry and disappointed at how long it took for charges to be pressed against Albert. And I pray that that's because the Sheriff's Department truly did make sure that every T was crossed, every I dotted, because we want to make sure that there is no way that Albert can get away with what he did. No way. And we will be watching at all times. So many of us plan to come here when he's in court. We are all indigenous people. I consider the Hmong people just like another tribe. And I understand how it feels that you have to be here because you were pushed out of your own land. I understand that. I understand the assimilation that's been forced upon you.
Justice for the covenant people.
I have no way to really relate how much I feel like you welcomed me into your community. I feel like you are family to me, and so I hurt just as much because no man should have to face fear because he's trying to feed his family. That is how indigenous people are. We're not out there just to hunt. We're out there to feed our families. And now, will Saulu ever be able to do that again? We don't know. We can't. I say that he can, but chances are that he can't, and that is not right for anyone, no matter what color they are, what their ethnicity. No one should be afraid to take care of their families. I want to make sure that down that hill, because that hill wasn't on the map. I wasn't ready for that. Down that hill, they can hear us. No more hate.
No more hate!
No more hate!
No more hate! No more hate! No more hate! No more hate! No more hate! No more hate!
I want to say what Iniganapshana? No, what Iniganapwe, sorry. And watch out.
From Minnesota.
I think I'll stand up here because of the microphone. Thank you. Tôi cho nhớ rằng cho cái gì đó mùa cho quý cho uncle here cho nên giờ chúng ta tôi theo mong là biết tôi cùng cái luôn đi vào trong sala thì thay vì mong chúng sẽ biết tôi sẽ cùng thầy. My name is Tujer Beneshong. Who I am is not important. Why I'm here it's more important. I'm here because this march is a movement for justice. It's about equal protection under the law. It's about human rights and violence prevention in all of our communities. It's about building and promoting racial understanding and harmony. It's about learning to live next door to neighbors who may speak a different language than you, who may eat different foods, wear different clothing for certain holidays, or who may come to this country as immigrants or as refugees. It's about acknowledging that even though we are different, we are alike. And ultimately, it's about respect for our fellow human beings. You know, the daughter of Saulu Vang said it best when she said, when an act of violence like this occurs against one of us, it affects all of us. Hmong lives matter, all lives matter.
Yes.
And I want to share with you, I'm so honored today because this journey, this movement, guys, it didn't start today. We're part of something that's bigger than one person, one family, one generation. It started 1982 in Detroit. There was a 27-year-old Chinese American named Vincent Chin who was celebrating his bachelor party. For those of you a little history for the younger folks who may not be aware, he went out for his bachelor party. His head was beat in with a bat by two American Caucasian Detroit auto workers because they felt that Japanese were taking jobs from Americans. They beat him. They were pretty much just a slap on the wrist.